for the people in the back. 3 steps. If you want this guide for free, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and then send me a screenshot of the subscription to my channel to my email.
One look and I breathe.
Hi friends, long time no see. And yeah, we're back at it again. I was busy, I was held up. If you haven't watched my previous video, which is about something to do with work and how I found a job in Italy, go and watch it. But that was mainly why I was busy. So I got a new job and I was just trying to soak it all in and adjust. But that aside, let's get into this video. Now, today I want to address or answer some questions that have been asked by so many of you, friends, family, and some people that I don't know. And it's weird because you keep sending me all these messages via Instagram and also TikTok and some on Facebook. I keep saying this. Anyway, the question is how I started or got the confidence to start making content and also creating digital products, and yeah, basically how I'm slowly trying to delve into entrepreneurship. Now, this is something that I don't know, I don't feel like I'm so ready to talk about because I feel like I haven't made so much money to be able to share this advice like all the other digital product gurus that are out there. But because I got so many questions and people really do want to know, and I think coming from a person that is more relatable in the sense that I have not made thousands of euros or thousands of dollars in the first year of starting, I don't know, I thought I might as well just share this information in case there's someone out there that is interested in creating digital products or anything to do with today's digital platforms in order to gain some form of financial freedom. I mean, that's what we do it besides the passion, right? So how do I start? Okay, I'll start from the beginning. I started this process journey, let's call it a journey, last year in June. So I'm basically about to clock 1 year. Now, I'm gonna tell you now, it was not an easy process, and it's not something that I just woke up and said, let me do it. I think I started thinking about it in January, but I just didn't have, I didn't have the right motivation to do it. But then I got to a place in my previous job where I just felt like this cannot be it, like I can't live my life every day waking up and going for work and doing the same thing and not changing much. Like it just didn't feel like I was living the life that I was designed to live. So that was my motivation, to find something other than my day job that could give me satisfaction, something that I was interested in, something that I really loved, and something that I knew I could do consistently. Now, if you don't know by now, I have a child. Yes, I'm a mother. I've been singing this song since Lord knows when. Anyway, after becoming a mom, it just became like something I really needed to improve or indulge in, which is my creativity, because I do want to pass on being creative and having that entrepreneurship kind of mindset quite early to my son, just so that he doesn't have to go through some of the difficulties that we've had to go through. And like I don't want him to go through everything that I went through just because, but to give him options. So yeah, and who best to teach than your parents? So anyway, I diverge. So let's start from June. So June, I just felt like, okay, let me start something. And I started really small, something really simple. I didn't want something that would take up a lot of my time because I was working. So I work 8-hour shift every day, Monday to Friday. And so I needed something that was not so involving, something that didn't require so much of my time, something I could do over the weekend or in the evening later in the day after work. And after doing my million hours of research, by research I mean watching YouTube videos and TikTok videos, I found something that was interesting for me, which was selling digital products on Etsy and also on Amazon. So let's start with Etsy because that was a very short-lived story. I got onto Etsy, I saw it, it looked interesting, I signed up. They have a form, you can fill it in. It's a very simple form. You do have to give some information of your ID and your tax. So if you have that information, it shouldn't be a problem, depending on where you live. And yeah, so you fill in your form because at the end of the day, you are opening a shop and people need to be able to trust you because it's a trusted platform in that you will not just take the money and not give them the product. So it's basically a shop online where you list your products and people sell. Bottom line, that's what it is. And it seemed interesting in the beginning because you can sell little simple things like short journals, a page, a coloring page, anything. You can sell anything on Etsy, literally. So the whole point is you upload something, when someone downloads it, when someone pays for that product, they can get a download link and then get that product. If you're selling digital products, that's what I'm going to speak about because that's what I was selling. But then you need to bring people to Etsy. Etsy is not a platform that people just go, okay, let me not say that. There are people that go onto Etsy just to look for stuff, but it's not like Facebook and you're just there randomly. You need to go there specifically. So you have to kind of like advertise or draw your potential clients in. And that's just has never been anything that I know I can do. It's never been my stronghold. So I quickly lost interest in that because I didn't have the time or the capabilities to reel in people into my shop to buy stuff. But if you're able to do that, it will be a good place to start in that you can sell something quick. You can create something and sell it quick. So that died down. I think I had my Etsy account for like 6 months and I closed it at the end of the year. Done and dusted. And then alongside with Etsy in June, I also registered myself as an author on Amazon. This is something that I feel I enjoy so much because it seemed more long-term, and Amazon is more of a platform that you honestly really go there and you search. You search for something when you're in need of, I don't know, a gift or something. Amazon is just like your go-to place. It's like a mini Google. And so just being able to create, I don't know, I feel like the products there are a little bit more meaningful and a little bit more thought through. So I find Amazon more my kind of platform, also because there isn't really any haste, there isn't really any stress. If it's not like your main job, you list your product and you sell. I mean, Amazon will drive your product and advertise it and push it for you. If you want, you can pay for sponsored ads. So it's really something that I felt I could do long term. It's not just Amazon, the Amazon platform that you shop on. It's Kindle Direct, which is under Amazon. So it's basically a platform where it's like a library where you go and sell books, any kind of books. So you can do your research on that. The many videos on YouTube that you can watch, because I'm not going to explain it. I feel like it's a very wide topic spoken about so much. If you just type Kindle Direct on YouTube, you will find so much information, and from those you will try and find out what your niche is and what kind of products you can produce and how to do it. The videos that have step-by-step information on how to actually go about opening your Amazon account, how to upload your first product, what sizes, and all that stuff. I will link 2 maybe videos that I watched that helped me with the process. And so if you're interested in that, just read my description and click on those links. So I did the process. It took me a couple of days because it's not a short process. And then after that, I had to wait until Amazon verified that the details I'd given them were true. And yeah, so let's just say in a week or so, I may lie, but roughly around that period, my account was active, and I got into it quickly. Like any first comer to Kindle, my first product was a journal, and I titled it Reflect, Recenter, and Attain Journal. I was just trying things out. I was using templates off of, this must have been a Canva template, because from the free Canva version. And I don't know, I was just trying. I was just like, let me see how this goes. So just testing. This is a blank journal, as you can see. Blank pages, blank pages, blank pages. It's just a blank book there with my old author name, which was my first author name, which was Loud Whispers. I loved it so much, but I noticed that it contradicted with some products that were on Amazon, and I didn't want to be flagged, which is something that you'd have to pay attention to, because of course there's copyrights and all this stuff. There's a whole legal process that you'd have to read on. But it's not, don't be intimidated by that. Just read it, understand it, and then do it if you really want to do it. And yeah, so I created my first journal. It was just a 9x16 soft cover book, matte. And yeah, I wrote a couple of things in it, scribbled in it. I really haven't used it much because I have so many journals. And Amazon gives you a barcode, so you don't have to think about that. If you're doing low content books or whatever kind of books you're doing, Amazon will give you a barcode if you want one. But if you want to create your own, you can go ahead and purchase and create your own. That's another story. But all this information, I kid you not, is all on YouTube. So I would advise that you come onto YouTube and Google Kindle Direct, and then see what videos pop up, and then just go on reading or listening to what they have to say, and try and practice what they're saying, and slowly you will get there. And so this was my first book. I didn't make any sales out of this. I didn't sell anything because I had no idea what I was doing. And so this book was just there, and I was like, okay, so I did it, and I was so happy. And then the next book I created, which may have been 2 weeks after I created this one, I remember I was so excited, was this one, my first coloring book. This is a copy. So what happens is, on Amazon, when you upload your book, because you upload a soft copy, and then you can request up to 100 author copies at a discounted rate because you are the author. So I ordered one of each book that I liked. And so this is my son's first coloring book. Of course, it had to be the one that his mom made. He was only a year old when he started coloring in here. So I made it really cute, I think. I was really proud of this book. And yeah, this was my second ever book. And this was a hit, I'll tell you now. My first coloring book. I really love it, and I would keep it. So this one is a little bit bigger. This one should be, if I'm not mistaken, I've forgotten the sizes. But again, all this information is here on YouTube. Just Google whatever kind of books you want to make. Just Google and see what information is there. So there's a specific size that is desirable by clients for coloring books, which is this kind, and all the information. So if you go kids coloring books on Kindle Direct, all the information will be there. And that's what I did. And then I created this book. Now this book has been a constant seller. I don't know, I think I pegged it at, I should be selling it for $7.99, of which I get should be 30% of the $7.99, because the rest of it is printing costs and blah blah blah, and Amazon takes it costs and blah 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 blah. So let's say from $7.99 I get something like €2 out of every purchase, which is not bad for a book that's just sitting there. And you can just let your money pile up there, and Amazon will pay you every month. After the third month, I don't know, after the third month of being on Amazon. So after the third month, they start to pay you monthly. So this one is one of the books that has been really selling. Like every month I have a couple of sales and I'm not sad about it. I have not promoted this, but I'm considering promoting it because it's one of my top sellers. I really like it. And yeah, so this was my second book. And then my third and very recent book was this one, which I feel like, honestly, now that I understand how the platform works, I could do a lot more to push out. So this is a hardcover. As you can see, it's Winning Your Toddler, a short guide to winning your toddler from breastfeeding. This is something, it's a journal. It's something I created out of my experience from winning my breastfed son. So these are tips that work for me, and how I meditated, and how I don't know how I just got through the process, because it's not a very easy process to get through. And this is basically what the book has. So it's got, like, you know, my tips, and then it's got space for you to write your thoughts. Don't know how much thoughts you have, but I gave you space for like 3 pages. And then after that you have meditation points, so I'll read you some. This one is for, because I've never done this before. Anywho, so this is chapter 7, which is on supportive communication. It's basically about supportive communication and being able to talk to the people around you, and you know, just getting their assurance that you're doing a great job, and also talking to your toddler and letting them know how the process is going, like just communicating between you and your toddler and the people around you. And so after you read the points on how you can go through this, you have your space here with points that can help you write down your emotions or feelings in that moment. So this one says, document conversations about winning with your toddler. So you write down how that conversation went. Oh my goodness, today it was amazing. He or she listened to me and I told him, and you write that down. And the next thing is, share how you address their questions and concerns. So depends on what age your toddler is. Mine couldn't really speak so much. So even if he had concerns and questions, I didn't get them. But if yours does, you hear what it is. Why, mama? Like, okay, of course my son would ask, mama, milk, and I'll tell him, no, you can't have milk from mama anymore, there's no more milk, it's finished. He's like, milk is finished. I'll be like, yeah, milk is finished. So you continue and you communicate at the level so that they understand that they can't have that milk from you anymore. And then the third point I have here is reflect on how these conversations affect your bond. So write down how you're feeling, because this is something that we probably neglect as mothers, is you forget how you feel. You're just worried, oh my God, my son is not breastfeeding and XYZ and XYZ. But you forget on how you were feeling. How does this affect you? So write that down, because when you let certain emotions out, especially negative, that as a mom you usually wouldn't want to let out, especially if they have to do with your son or child, it makes the burden easier to carry, in my opinion. And then I have my meditation points here, which are: close your eyes and visualize yourself engaging in open conversations with your child about weaning. Meditate on the connection you're building as you address your toddler's questions and concern. Find serenity in the shared understanding and strengthened bond that comes from supportive communication. So these are just little things that you reflect on, you read and you write. It's like a little diary on breastfeeding, and it's something that I think any mom would love to have if you want to gift them. It's still on Amazon. Go ahead and buy it. I'll have the link in my description. And yeah, so it's got more chapters on this and all the points. In total, it has, I forget, I'm sorry, it's been a year since I did this, but it has, I should say 12 points. Yeah, it has about 12 points. And yeah, it's basically that. It's a really cute book, and yeah, it's something I really like. And yeah, if you still don't want to buy it or whatever, just go and take a look at it and just see how it appears, because on Amazon it appears different from what it is now. And this is what the book looks like. You have your back over there and it's this thick, and you have your front over there. So it's a cute book. It's something that you can put in your handbag, in your purse, and take to work, to the park, for a walk, to the bar, wherever you want to take it, as you jot down your feelings and emotions towards the process of breastfeeding. So these are the 3 books that I have put on Amazon that are, this one is only here because it was my first. I wanted to show you what a first book would look like, that you don't have to do it perfect, just do something to get you practicing. This was my second, I like it, and this was my third. And in between these, I have, of course, uploaded a lot of notebooks, let's just say. So there's a lot of notebooks. I will also leave a link to my bookshelf. So if you want to just have a look at the kind of stuff that I have created, and yeah, maybe that will encourage you if you're interested in that for real. So it's not a very difficult process, but it's not also a very simple process. It's something that would require your time in the beginning to get all the information filled in, all the forms filled in, and then eventually you can upload your first book or your first books or your series or whatever. So that's basically it. And I think this is the kind of books that I want to write, because I really enjoyed sharing my emotions and my thoughts and my tips, because I just love sharing things that work with people that are willing to listen. So yeah, that was one thing. So another thing that I delved into, that I stuck with, is still digital products that you can use digitally and not sold on Amazon. I found another platform called Payhip. It's under PayPal, and it's not like Etsy, because it's your own platform, it's your own kind of like website kind of. You would have to pay for every sale that you make, but I find it less, I don't know, it's just less Etsy, so to say. This is not an anti-Etsy video, it's just Etsy was not for me. So there is where I have posted my first digital product, which is a guide, which is something I want to share with you guys now. So it is a guide on how to brand yourself. So depending on what kind of digital space you want to occupy, I personally want to occupy the creative space. So I like to see myself as a digital content creator, in that I create content that's physical, like books, and content that's digestible digitally, like these kinds of videos that I do here on YouTube, because I want to give information. My main objective is to give information, to share information from my experience and from what I read and XYZ. So that is my main objective. My niche is motherhood, being a wife, and well, my niche is basically, how can I put it, being a working mom and wife. That's my niche. I don't know if it exists or not, but that is my niche. If it doesn't exist, I'm gonna create one. And so in that regard, I created a digital product that is a guide that I titled Influencer Brand Marketing Mastery: Position Yourself as a Market Leader. So I noticed that this can fall in all aspects, because some people want to be on social media to become influencers, and so this is where you get paid for sponsorships. You get brands to work with you, and they pay you to promote their products and XYZ. That's different. Content creation, on the other hand, is stuff like what I do, and then from what I do, I'm able to sell my own products, or sell my product to someone for its value, if that makes any sense. Anyway, you know what you want to do, you know why you're watching this video, and if you've been watching this long, I will share. How am I gonna do this? I'm thinking now. Okay, because this digital product here, it's a short course. So it's a guide with 9 modules. The first one is Introduction to Influencer Brand Marketing. So this is where I try and give information on how you can brand yourself and market yourself. And then the second is understanding your target audience. Of course, if you're going to brand, you need to know who your target audience is. Are you an influencer? Are you a digital creator? What are you? Find your audience. And then crafting your unique selling position. So this is, or are you selling a product? Are you selling yourself? So find your niche, find your product, find your target market. This is where you kind of like give information based on that. And then creating compelling content. So I give tips on how you can create compelling content. I'm still in the process of learning, but I have given tips on what I have been able to do so far, what I have learned from other people I've seen doing the same stuff, and also some information that I got, because in the whole process I did sign up for some courses and I learned a few things here and there. I'm still implementing. So some of the things that I learned from those courses, I also kind of like jotted them down just to be able to share this information with you guys. And then leveraging Facebook for lead generation. So Facebook is like another huge search engine. So a lot of people are on Facebook. Depending on who your target audience is, you can target them from Facebook and then lead them into your main platform, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you want to be. And then number 7 is harnessing the power of marketing platforms for business growth. So that is basically how you use these platforms in order to grow your business. For example, staying consistent on YouTube, which is something I'm really trying to do so that I can grow my business, because my business is on Amazon and my business is on PayHip. That is what I'm trying to do. If YouTube becomes something that's profitable and starts to work for me, well and good, I'll be so grateful for that. But doesn't mean that I'm putting it on the side. It's also something that I'm really working hard towards growing and improving, and hoping to increase my 2-figure subscribers to hopefully 3 or maybe 4. That would be so lovely. And then developing a 7-day action plan. So every 7 days you have an action plan. So in this particular guide, I have an action plan for you for 7 days. So at the end of the guide, when you read everything, you will have a 7-day action guide that can actually help you create your brand and kind of like have an idea on what you want to do on social media in 7 days. And so once you do this and you're done with this, and then you can use the tips I've given you in here to then take to, if you want to go to Amazon, if you want to go to YouTube, if you want to go to Instagram or Facebook, wherever you want to exist in that space, you can do that after or during these 7 days as you go day by day. Or if you want to do it in one day, that's up to you. But basically you have 7 action plans that you can do day by day, or you can do hour or minute by minute. That's up to you. And of course, the last chapter is the conclusion and the next steps. So I've given tips on the next things that you could do. And in here, I've also put tips on what platforms you can use and how you can best improve your already existing skills. And just, I don't know, I've put in some information. It took me a while to create this guide because I really wanted to share as much information as I can share. I didn't just want to like, oh yeah, you do XYZ, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 10, and that's it. I'm sorry, my nose is getting stuffy. Hay fever. See, so basically, this is supposed to be your like golden guide to becoming the influencer or content creator of your dreams. And yeah, this one also is up for sale on PayHip, but I will have a link in the description bar below if you want to purchase it. If you don't want to purchase it, however, and you still want to be a content creator or an influencer, I will be giving away this guide for free. There's a catch. Depending on where you're watching this from, be it Instagram, be it TikTok, be it Facebook, or here on YouTube, if you want to have the influencer guide for free that I'm selling on PayHip for about $27, you must like this video, subscribe to this channel, number 2, and then send me a screenshot of your subscription to my channel. Okay, send it to me via email. I'll leave my email address in the description bar below, and I will respond to your email with the link to the guide. I think that's clear. One more time for the people in the back. 3 steps. If you want this guide for free, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and then send me a screenshot of the subscription to my channel to my email, and then I will send you the link after I have confirmed that you have subscribed. We see how this works. You know, you win some, you lose some. You're not losing because you're subscribing. I think I'm giving you good content. But yeah, so that's basically it. I think I've been talking for too long. In my mind, this is supposed to be 10 minutes, but who knows? Who knows? So yeah, if you've watched this video, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next video. Ciao.